technical difficulties, guys. Default headset microphone. Okay, let's see. Does that work? Oh, technical difficulties as you per usual. Um, let's see. Can I even get the desktop audio right? I don't know. Something about how whenever I try to do anything even remotely different, it's like, nope, just nope, not gonna do it. Let's see. Maybe if I get my beats back on, does that work? Nope. Still nope. How about this one? Oh, there it goes. Yay. Cool. Okay. Awesome. So, sweet. I'm glad you can. Um, where was I? Oh yeah, it's been a while and it's been a long time since I've last streamed or anything, mostly because of like emotional turmoil and just a lot of other stuff going on. But yeah, I'm glad to see you, Rifleman. I hope you've been doing well. Were you able to take that medical course, I think? You were trying to take that? Okay, let's make this music stop so that way we can focus on moi. Though I'm honestly not that interesting. But yeah, if anything, we can get started in trying to, I guess, find our yokai love. Oh, it got pushed back again? That's a shame. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Transition. Let's go. Okay, did that transition? Let me check. Make sure there's no more technical difficulties. Yes, it transitioned. See how long that, what's it called? That lag was? You know, I wish there wasn't so much of a lag. Then things could actually be okay. But yeah, let's get this rolling. Ooh, it's our boy, the fiery one. Anyways, the last kami. Oh no, it's the lost kami. We shall continue. And l'écluse. Okay, let me get into this character again. Pardon me. My voice echoes inside the decrepit shrine. Should I make a donation? Or maybe... Oh yeah, what was the Kami-sama's voice like? I mean, he showed up in the first like episode and then he never showed up again. So I can't remember. Let's see, what voice should we give him? We should give him the voice of a 10-year-old boy. You've come back, child! No, that doesn't sound right. Wasn't even a 10-year-old voice. Mm-hmm. You've come back, No, that doesn't sound right either. Huh. Let's see. I feel like he would be more of a lower voice kind of character. I see. You've come back, child. My worried thoughts are interrupted by a piercing voice. That was definitely not a piercing voice at all. A harsh light explodes, casting eerie shadows throughout the damaged shrine. The light seems somewhat stronger than before. I've come to a decision. The form of the handsome kami materializes in front of me. I'd, I'd like to take you up on your offer. I want to become a yokai. Now, let's see, what kind of yokai should we become? I think we should be a vampire. And we should sparkle like those vampires in Twilight. The fairy vampires. He gives me a satisfied smile.
We gotta have that low voice again. I trust you remember the cost of such a favor.
That was not low at all. My soul. It's a very steep price. But this is the only way I can make a difference. Yes, I'm willing to make a sacrifice for... let's see. Should we do it for the sake of the yokai world or the one I love? I mean, we already know that our love is the, our... Is he still an ex? I feel like he's still an ex. We haven't exactly made up or anything. The sake of the yokai world or the one I love. Let's see. If we choose the sake of the yokai world, then it means we're selfless. But if we choose the one I love, then it means we're selfish. And still kind of selfless. But nah. We're gonna go for the sake of the yokai world, because who cares about love? The sake of the yokai world, for all the wonderful yokai and the memories I've made. This world is special to me. And if I become a yokai, I can help steer it in the right direction.
Excellent child.
Tommen's smile stretches wider as he leans closer.
No need to tarry. We will begin the ritual at once.
With a clap of his hands, a spark of light appears. The kami opens his palms to reveal a lavish kimono. That kimono, it looks just like the ones I've been delivering for Yukio's shop. Is this a style unique to the yokai world?
Let's hurry. Let's hurry now. The yokai world is waiting for you.
That just makes it sound creepy. In a flash, the kami moves behind me. He's behind me.
Don't be shy. Hold out your arms.
The glowing figure hurriedly drapes the kimono over my body. I feel a little uneasy about how eager he seems. Maybe it's just part of the ritual? Becoming a yokai is a big deal after all. I feel a little dizzy. The harsh light in the room intensifies as my head begins to spin. Oh no. We're, I guess, fainting. Tamen? I can't see him anymore. It's suddenly quiet. Squinting, I see a strange space swirling with light. Where am I? Hang on. I gradually make out the shapes floating toward me. They look like people, but floating? Could these be souls? The hovering shape of a young woman seems to be getting closer as my heart rate picks up. She looks like she's trying to reach out to me. What should I do? Obviously, we reach out to the woman because she's trying to reach out to you. I mean, like, might as well help her. As I try to move closer to the woman, her form becomes even clearer. Listen to me, girl. Don't let him take you too. You must escape. The howling screams of the wind and other souls tear at... Hiya. Hey, Ian. How's it going? The howling wind... I can't speak. Yes, hi. I didn't know that you can change your or edit your what's it called? Your messages on that. That's cool. The howling screams of the wind and other souls tear at my mind. Go. Don't let him twist fate again. Her haunting words cause a wave of panic to wash over me. I don't know what's happening, but it's clearly something bad. My hands reach out for the kimono, but it feels like they're being weighed down. My energy, it feels like it's being sucked away. I feel an overwhelming tiredness creep over me. Be strong, girl. Don't give in. Remember who you are fighting for. Yes, all of our beloved kami boyfriends, well, to-be boyfriends, since we definitely have a harem right now. That's right! The boys! They're out there somewhere waiting for me! I feel a spark of determination. I was doubting myself, and I gave in to the easy option. But the yokai world needs my help, whether I'm a yokai or not. That's it. Resist and be free. I ripped the kimono away from me, throwing it to the floor.
That is unusual.
Heaving from the effort, I look up at the kami. The light from earlier has vanished, and his charming smile is now gone. I changed my mind. I realized I don't need to be a yokai to help the ones I love. I want to be myself. I mean, just you being you.
Are you really sure you can handle it?
His tone sounds almost irritated. I'm going to try my best. The kami twists his face into a smile, and I can feel it's forced.
Very well. I suppose I can't force you.
I don't like how he said that. I need to get out of here. I backed towards the door, keeping my eye on Tommen until I hurriedly take my leave. That was horrifying. Who were all of those souls? And that woman, she seemed trapped inside the kimono. I hurried down the mountain with a racing heart. I thought commies were supposed to be good. I recall what Karasu said about the cursed shrine as I hurry into town. I'll have to ask him about it later.
I mean, yeah.
Loud voices in the streets cause me to stick to the shadows. There's chaos everywhere. Groups of yokai are fighting. I see a familiar flash of red trying to direct the madness.
Stand up! Stop fighting!
As if we'd listen to you anymore.
Don't talk to our ruler like that. Hayato tries to assess the situation and his eyes lock with mine. He's by my side in a flash.
Keep your head down. This way.
With a hurried whisper, he pulls me into a crevice between two buildings. There's not much space, but at least we're out of sight here.
Are you an idiot? The hell you are doing here? I told you to leave.
Hayato takes an aggravated breath.
It's a disaster here. There's no guarantee you'll be safe. Damn it, what were you thinking coming back?
Memories of the shrine come to my mind. Something happened, and I realized that I had lost sight of what really matters. Distant yelling and sounds of fighting echo into the small space. Hayato leans closer.
And?
He looks like he wants me to say something, but he won't push for it. If the yokai world is suffering whether I'm here or not, then I'd rather be here to help. I want to stay and do what I can as myself. I'm going to do this whether it's safe or not.
Yeah, and be like just a sitting log.
Hayato straightens up, something sparkling in his eyes.
Huh. Big words for such a small girl. I agree. You're definitely an idiot. You know that?
His words lack sharpness. They sound more like the Hayato I remember. Oh, the memories. His characteristic smirk spreads across his face. Maybe I am a fool, but I mean what I say.
You've been so lost lately, but it sounds like True Wolf is finally back. Yeah, I agree. How is she still alive? Who knows? Took you long enough. I miss this fire in you.
I feel my face flush at his words. Oh my goodness. Hayato throws out his hand towards me, palms up.
I guess. Sure. Fine.
He grins wolfishly.
Then we'll do this together, True Wolf.
This is my chance to show Hayato I've made up my mind.
And that's the only thing she can make up. Not really. She's having a hard time trying to decide which of the
what? How many guys was it? 4 now that she wants.
He waits expectantly for me to take his hand.
Well, I would take his hand, but you know what? We're gonna step away from him because, I mean, he's trying to be all flirty and stuff.
Sudden shouts close by make me jump back in surprise. Hayato pauses and then withdraws his hand.
You really sure you're up to this?
I'm fine, really.
I agree. What you call fire is stupidity.
Hayato nods but doesn't look entirely convinced. He checks to make sure we're still hidden from sight and lets out a deep breath.
Hey, earlier when I grabbed you, you looked really pale. Something happened?
I swallow nervously. Actually, I have something to confess. Something happened, and I almost lost my soul. Hayato's eyes widened, and he opens his mouth to question me.
Here you are.
Oh wait, no. We gotta do it in the Kappa voice.
Here you are.
Wait, that was...
Here you are. Kawa is panting as he peers into the small space. His eyes narrow when he sees me. Mr. Hayato, I don't understand. The yokai...
Oh god, I can't do Kawa's voice anymore.
The yokai world, your people are fighting. So what are you gonna do? What are you doing hiding in the shadows with a human? A crazed look is creeping into Kawa's eyes.
Let's see, should we ask Kawa to calm down? Because most likely he will get just fired up. Or should we let Hayato handle it? He would most probably still get fired up. We will let Hayato handle it because apparently whenever we speak, we just cause more oil to be thrown onto the flames.
Hayato moves slowly towards Kawa.
Kawa, listen to your leader.
Mr. Hayato, with all due respect, you need to open your eyes. He's really upset and starting to panic. This isn't good. Mr. Hayato, you've been caught under the spell of this human. He takes a shaky step backward with manic eyes. But I'm going to save you, Mr. Hayato. Kawa spins around, waving his arms. Everyone, over here! I found them! No! Kawa, why? Hayato quickly moves me aside, swearing under his breath.
Damn it! Got no choice. Close your eyes, True Wolf.
I squeeze my eyes shut as Hayato pulls back his arm. There's an explosion as he slams his fist through the wall.
Go! Go!
Hayato hurries me through the opening. When I turn back, I can see that Hayato has no intention of following me.
Well, no, duh.
What about you?
I can handle this.
Yeah, try. Oh, Nakudai. Come here, bud. It is hot, and I'm sweating like crazy.
Do you want to go outside? Yeah? You want to go outside? Oh my goodness. Okay, guys. BRB.
And I'm back. Okay, where were we?
He turns towards the approaching angry voices. You can't fight your own people. Hayato gives me a grim smirk.
Did you forget who you were talking to? I know what I'm doing.
His gaze is pulled toward. His gaze is poured.
I can't speak today.
His gaze is pulled towards something behind me. When he glances back at me, his eyes are softer than usual.
I'll come for you soon, True Wolf.
Well, obviously.
A familiar cold wind picks up around me, and the world turns white as snow engulfs my vision.
I wonder who it is.
Gentle hands wrap around my waist, and a soothing voice whispers close to my ear.
I've got you, princess. Hold on tight.
Yukio lifts me up and sweeps me away.
Oh. It's a white prince on a shining snow cloud, I guess.
Yukio, wait! We can't leave Hayato behind! There were too many yokai, even Hayato can't take them all on. And he would never use his full strength on his own people. Yukio's arms wrap tighter around me.
I'm sorry, princess. I want to help him, but my priority is you. As ruler, this is something we need to let Hayato handle on his own.
Yukio sounds determined. I know he would help if he could. I can't help but wonder if things would have turned out differently if I ruled with Hayato.
Here we are, princess. You're safe now.
Yukio comes to a stop, and I look up at the towering Yukiona estate.
Lovely. We're spending the night with Yukio now.
Yukio closes the door to his suite behind us before turning to me. His face and voice are filled with concern.
Hayato told me he sent you back to the human world. The yokai world has become extremely dangerous lately. So why did my princess come back?
It's time to confess everything that's been going on. I had a realization. I was about to make a bad choice. I visited the kami on Tengu Mountain and almost became a yokai. I thought it was the only way I could help, but I had a change of heart. Yukio's eyes widen in surprise.
My princess? A yokai? Oh, darling.
Yukio takes my hands in his and gives me a knowing smile.
You are right. Becoming a yokai would be a silly thing to do. After all, you are perfect exactly as you are.
Yeah. Basically, a dead weight is perfection.
His loving words fill me with warmth.
Yukio holds my hands, gently tracing his thumbs across my knuckles.
That's why I...
He looks like he wants to say more, but my vision begins to blur. Yukio quickly reaches out to me as I begin to sway in place. I'm exhausted from everything that's happened today.
Ah, my princess must be tired. Here we go.
So princess carries me to his bed, obviously. In one smooth motion, Yukio sweeps me into his arms again. Yukio! He laughs as he carries me to bed.
Uh-huh. She is super easy to control.
I look up into his sparkling eyes, my heart beating faster. I feel bad for interrupting Yukio. It sounded like he had something to confess. Do I want to hear what else Yukio wants to say about me?
No, we don't, honestly, because that would just make this thing way too long. Don't ask.
I feel bad, but I'm just too tired to focus right now. Sorry, Yukio. I think I need to rest.
Of course, darling. I don't want to wear you out any further. Of course he wants to wear her out in other ways, you know?
He proceeds to tuck me in.
We'll worry about everything tomorrow, okay? The situation in the yokai world is really dire right now, but I'll do everything I can to help you. Oh, True Wolf, before we call it a night, earlier you mentioned a kami, right?
Yes, the one whose shrine is near the Tengu village. Yukio inhales sharply.
Well, wait, that's impossible, True Wolf.
Something dark crosses his expression.
Whatever you met on Tengu Mountain was no kami.
Yeah, it does. I wish it were, though. My exhaustion disappears upon hearing Yukio's ominous words. Not a kami? Then what on earth was he?
Dun dun dun!
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And of course, Dakudai wants to come back in. Or maybe he doesn't, because now he's barking at the other dogs. Doggo problems. Okay, I think we can continue one more. Is it the lost kami or is it the last kami? It's really hard to see. I think that's the lost kami. And then we continue and close that. Yukio, what do you mean there's no kami on Tengu Mountain? Then what was Tamen? What about Tamen? What is he?
Oh, my princess.
Yukio pulls away, distraught. He shifts to sit on the edge of the bed. doggos are nice, but they do end up controlling your life.
Yukio? He's acting strange.
True Wolf, you should know. A long time ago, a fallen god came to live on Tengu Mountain. He was banished from the heavens for his horrible deeds to humans and yokai. Although some worshipped him, he brought his believers nothing but sickness and death. He was a truly wretched being who thrived on the suffering of others.
Okay. BRB. Gotta let Nakudai back in. And I'm back. And no wonder it was hot in here. I didn't have the fan blowing. Okay, goodness. Where was I?
I swallow hard, taking in his words. So, Tamen is a bad kami?
The shrine was boarded up so that the past could never be repeated. The fact that you met that creature is truly bad news.
Yukio's voice sounds pained. Did he do something to you? Yukio takes a moment to reply, his voice eerily quiet.
Yes, True Wolf. He took someone very dear to me.
Yukio's voice trails off. Yukio is struggling with this memory, but I can't help but be curious.
Okay, so we encourage Yukio to open up or don't pry about it. They say that if you talk about bad things, it helps ease the pain. At least it helps you get past it a little bit. So we'll encourage Yukio to open up.
Yukio? I place a hand gently on his shoulder. Who was that? Yukio gives me a soft and sad smile.
It was my father.
I'm so sorry, Yukio. He looks down at his hands and sighs.
After the accident, we shut down the shrine, and the fallen kami lost all of his followers. Without worshippers, a god has no powers.
Yeah, so definitely pry away when it comes to gaming.
After all this time, I had believed he had faded away by now.
Yukio clenches his fists. He seemed like such a welcoming and powerful kami when I met him. I guess it was all a facade to earn my trust. Yukio's gaze on me is cold and haunting.
He is a very sneaky and deceitful entity, True Wolf. If his powers have truly returned, then we are all in danger. Ah!
Yukio's gaze softens.
I'm sorry, Princess, if I scared you. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry if I scared you, princess.
Not at all, Yukio. I can see Yukio's body shaking. I've never seen him so upset. Right now, Yukio is the one who needs comforting. I can't help. I can tell he's kept this painful memory buried inside for a long time. I want to help him like he has always done for me.
Yeah, well, we can't. We'll leave him alone to let him wallow by himself.
I don't want him to dig up any more painful memories. It already hurts seeing him this way. I rub Yukio's back and bring my voice to a gentle whisper. Let's call it a night, Yukio. He slowly straightens up and regains a small amount of composure. The atmosphere is a bit tense as we both lie on opposite sides of the bed.
Oh my goodness, they're in the same bed? How scandalous. Let alone the same room. Gosh, what are these people thinking? I mean, wait, yeah, they are still people. They're not humans, but they're people.
Eventually, I fall asleep.
So, if I chose to comfort him, does that mean that they do the devil's tango, you know? I'm just saying. Just saying. They have all the opportunities. All the opportunities, but sadly they don't. Goodness.
My eyes flutter open at the sound of the door opening.
Shh, quietly now. She's still sleeping. Close the door gently so we don't wake up my princess. You're the one who's being loud, Yukio.
I sit up, rubbing my eyes.
Ah, sorry, True Wolf.
Yukio holds up his hands in apology while Karasu crosses his arms. Karasu! I'm really happy to see you, but
I mean, he just caught them kind of sleeping together, so. Just saying.
are you sure it's safe for you to be here? Yukio smiles reassuringly.
The Yukiona can be a bit, well, cold to outsiders. But Karasu and I are technically brothers through marriage. Family is safe here. For what...
This game's rating, I think it was PG, maybe? Who knows? PG-13, we'll say. Actually, no, I think it's all PG.
For whatever reason, my father has a particular interest in Yukiona women.
Wait, is Karasu's father married to Yukio's mother?
Anyways, I'd be more worried about yourself.
He narrows his eyes at me.
I mean, he just got them, like, you know.
I heard from Yukio about the commotion yesterday. You can't possibly think it's okay to stay in the yokai world. It's not safe.
I open my mouth to plead my case yet again, but Yukio steps between us.
Now, my princess just woke up. I'll prepare something tasty for us, so why don't you two head out to the garden? The fresh air is good for thinking.
I mean, okay, so. Oh, yeah, it's rated E, I think. Definitely safe for youngsters to. Because they probably won't understand the scenarios that I'm talking about.
E for everyone.
Karasu gives me a look as Yukio escorts us outside. I convinced Hayato and Yukio that I should stay in the yokai world, but Karasu can be stubborn when it comes to my safety.
I mean, you are kind of a dead weight, so I can understand that.
Can I convince him to? The flowers sparkle with a light frost that coats the garden. It's, really pretty here. Although it's hard to appreciate the scenery with Karasu's intense gaze on me.
Don't try to change the subject, True Wolf.
Karasu leans closer.
The yokai world has become even more dangerous since you left. You'd be safer in the human world.
If I truly want to help this world, I need to work with Karasu. But I have the feeling he'll be harder to convince than Hayato or Yukio.
I can't speak today. Okay.
I know things have been stressful lately, Karasu, but I think both the yokai world and the human world are dangerous places right now. So I might as well be here to help. Here to help. Karasu shakes his head.
It's true that both worlds have their own chaos, but there are rebel yokai here specifically hunting down humans.
His neutral expression cracks slightly as he looks away.
I've been handling the Tengu, the return of my brother, and now my exile. I can handle all these things, but
He looks at me. He gives me a look that pierces my heart.
because of the situation now, I don't know if I can keep you safe. I'm sorry, True Wolf.
Karasu is dealing with more than any one person should handle. Despite that, he's still worried about protecting me. But I need to convince him somehow, show him how serious I am.
I mean, sure. We'll just, I don't think hugging him will definitely show seriousness. We will dismiss his worrying, and, yes, I agree. If she's helping, both worlds are doomed.
Don't be sorry, Karasu. I can protect myself. Please trust me.
I mean, you literally can't even fight, so what are you supposed to do?
Karasu's feathers ruffle in displeasure and sighs.
Well, I guess I can't force you.
I mean, technically you can. You can just lift her up and throw her across to the other world. But he won't do that.
He turns his gaze back to the garden. I look back as well. After a moment of silence, a thought comes to my mind.
Or to me, whatever.
It got pushed aside because of all the commotion, but it's been in the back of my mind. Karasu, the other day, when we saw Sakuya at the sacred tree, what did Sakuya mean when he said you were interested in his human? Was Karasu involved with Sakuya's ex-girlfriend somehow? Karasu stiffens.
I was kind of hoping you wouldn't ask.
He scuffs his foot against the ground.
But I guess you have a right to know. My brother's ex-girlfriend was a human who was obsessed with Tengu. Or rather, she loved her idea of what a Tengu should be. Beautiful, strong, and flawless. One night, Sakuya got injured on a hunt tearing his wing. Nami came to me shortly after.
Nami? The girl that used to visit the yokai world with her sister?
She was acting strange and said that Sakuya was no longer the perfect Tengu of her dreams. And she...
Karasu looks down, his hands clenched in a fist.
She suddenly kissed me.
I feel like that should have been like Worf's face or something saying that. She probably would.
I feel a pang in my chest.
I was so surprised I froze and didn't know what to do. Finally, I pushed her away and left. Her actions were a shock, but what really haunts me is what she said about Sakuya. That he was worthless and unlovable because of how he looked.
But then what happened to Sakuya's eye? This is a lot to take in. Sakuya's ex cheated on him with his brother against Karasu's will. She did a lot of damage to both of them. That's so horrible. A lump formed in my throat as unwanted memories of my ex comes to mind. He would call me horrible names and then throw me aside to chase other girls. I'm so sorry to hear that, Karasu. I know firsthand that a betrayal like that is hard to recover from. What else should I say?
I guess no wonder Sakuya hates humans. Since obviously all humans are like that. Considering the fact that we found 2 of them. Actually, almost 3. Because True Wolf's pretty sketch there too.
To be hurt and then thrown aside like that? It's so awful. My heart aches so for how much pain Sakuya must have been in. It's no wonder he cares so much. He carries so much hatred inside him. Karasu sighs solemnly.
This is true. But it also doesn't excuse his actions.
I nod my head in agreement. That kiss, it's been haunting you, hasn't it?
Well, yes.
Even though it was a long time ago and it's not his fault, Karasu still feels guilty. He kept it in
and locked up inside for a long time. It's a very dark memory. Thank you for telling me, Karasu. Karasu looks more troubled for a moment before he continues.
When Sakuya found out about it, he was destroyed. Destroyed.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel like that kiss was the final straw that broke him. And he wasn't the only one who couldn't trust humans after that.
Karasu locks eyes with me.
Until I met you.
That's right. When I met Karasu, he didn't trust me at all. I mean, I wouldn't trust the main character in this either.
You showed me that not all humans are like that. You won back my trust. And you showed me that humans are capable of amazing things. It's thanks to you that I know humans and yokai need each other. We have to work together to find peace in both worlds.
Karasu's dark eyes sparkle with sincerity.
Thank you, True Wolf.
I don't think she did anything that deserves thanks, but we'll go along with that.
Without you, I would have fallen into darkness like my brother.
Those heartfelt words make me smile. I'm glad to hear that, Karasu. He moves closer to me. Are you gonna kiss now?
True Wolf, I
guess you're doing just fine. Karasu and I jump apart at the loud voice. I turn to catch sight of a familiar flash of red hair. Hayato! You're okay! I'm so glad! I mean, yeah, I guess. Aside from looking tired, Hayato seems to be without injuries. Of course, what you expect? Okay, we're gonna give him like a gangster voice, I guess, or I don't know. A few rebel yokais have nothing on me. You know. So strong. He flashes his cocky smirk as Yukio steps into the garden. A few? There were more than a few.
Ah, Hayato's here too.
Oh, wait, no, we needed a lower voice for Yukio.
Ah, Hayato's here too. Good thing I prepared extra food.
He gives us his most dashing smile. Oh.
Time to enjoy some extra special Yukio Toko hospitality.
I guess they just like keep adding to Yukio's name to make words up, you know? I glance at Karasu, who shrugs in amusement.
After you, True Wolf.
Yay! A mouth-watering assortment of delicacies is spread out on a low table in Yukio's room.
Please eat as much as you like, Princess. I'll be back with the drinks.
Yukio hums as he hurries out of the room. Hayato drops on to one side of the table, practically oozing confidence. Karasu tucks his legs in and sits neatly on the other side of the table. Where should I sit? I mean, can't you just like if he sits here and they sit there and it's a low table, can't you just sit like right there next to both? I mean, tables are usually square or rectangle. So if they sit here and here, she can just sit at the other like end, you know? You know what I mean? At the head of the table, I guess. We'll sit next to Karasu because he was our ex, maybe? I don't know.
I sit down carefully next to Karasu. His expression stays neutral, but his feathers puff up slightly in pleasure.
Would you like some of this, True Wolf?
He offers me some sort of vegetable dish. Sure, Karasu, thanks. He shifts as he serves me the food, our thighs touching under the table. How scandalous! I sort of wish we could continue our conversation from the garden. Hayato claps his hands as Yukio returns with a pitcher of juice.
Alright. Alright, listen up. Sakuya's grave has no clues for us, but his victim's grave said otherwise. Victims? You mean from his massacre 100 years ago?
Sakuya was imprisoned for slaughtering countless humans. I didn't realize that had happened so long ago.
I didn't think to check the graveyard and monument. What did you find? Well, it's more like what I didn't find. There are no graves, and the monument has been wiped clean.
What?
How can that be? I was there just a few weeks ago, and everything was fine.
Yukio leans forward thoughtfully.
If the names and graves are gone, plus our theory that this Sakuya is from the past.
Hayato nods.
I've got a hunch. By sneaking into this timeline, Sakuya altered the past. The Sakuya strutting around now hasn't yet committed his greatest crime.
The atmosphere... my voice is gone almost. The atmosphere instantly becomes tense. His worst moment hasn't happened yet? So the Sakuya that is here is not a murderer?
I mean, I guess.
That means he hasn't given in to anger and hatred. Does that also mean... Hayato nods his head.
Could mean we narrowly escaped the tragedy, but more like...
Hayato's glance flashes around the table.
I'm betting that something far worse is about to happen.
I'm losing all my voices. They've begun.
The Sakuya from 100 years ago has limited tools and resources, but now in the modern age, there's the possibility he can do a lot more damage, killing many more humans this time.
I swallow dryly as the table becomes unsettlingly silent.
Not to be a stick in the mud, but we're in a tough spot.
Aside from me being human, Hayato has his hands full with the riots.
Karasu is a criminal on the run, while Yukio is walking a fine line with his family. Uh, will we really be able to stop Sakuya before it's too late? Okay, great, because I just lost every single voice I had. Oh, that was tiring. My mouth needs a break. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Soul of Yokai. Let's date. So, I guess if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, perhaps subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Ta-ta! I hope you have a good rest of your evening or day or morning, wherever you are in the world. Ta-ta!